All right, I think it's working. Thanks for putting up with us.
Oh, no problem at all. I've been through this many a time. I mean, the Google Hangout, Google Air thing. I understand completely.
All right. All right, Amanda, you're back on.
All right. Got it.
Okay.
All right. So you mentioned that, what is it, your friends inspired you to like join in the first place. What kept inspiring you to stay on the team and keep going?
I made so many more friends through robotics, and I mean, the study periods before robotics and just talking to people during robotics, I mean, it was the people, the students that kept me around. I liked the projects and I loved the competitions. They were always a ton of fun. I always stole the mascot suit whenever I could to go running around and dancing around in the the stands and things. I was the obnoxious one that got everyone to cheer, or tried my darndest to. Sometimes it was hard. But so I always really loved that, but really what kept me around was just the people. I really, really, really loved all of the friends I made from robotics, and I still do. And we still have big get-togethers and shenanigans. And I am vegan, and I was vegan in high school. And I still remember, the dinner before robotics, everyone would go out and get teriyaki, and there was no tofu teriyaki. So they'd bring back rice and teriyaki sauce for me. And I just remember, like, evening after evening after evening, just eating rice and teriyaki sauce. And while that is not a meal, it was just amazing to me because I got to eat, instead of going home and eating dinner with my family, which I love my family, I got to eat dinner with my friends every night. And it was a blast. It was so much fun. And, learning stuff and being part of something was kind of all secondary to just being around the people that I loved.
So, from like the people on the team and your friends, who are the people that you admired the most?
Well, definitely Griffin and Isaac. If you can ask anyone, they're like the people talk about as geniuses. They always had the air. Griffin was like one of the only people the mentors would really listen to. We'd have some problems where we're like, I really don't think that this is what this says, and they'd be like, oh, no. And Griffin would come up and he'd be like, no, this is what it says, which is exactly like what we said. And they'd be like, oh, because he was just that smart. Like he never said something that was wrong. Like he never threw out wild assumptions or anything. He always calculated everything. And so if he said it, then when we said something, it was like, I don't think this is it, but half the times we were saying, I don't think that spaghetti should have sauce on it, And so everyone always just respected everything he said, and it was always very amazing to me. And I always really respected the people in systems because they were always so hardworking, like Kyle Edwards and Cole Miller and Mr. Miller, the mentor there. For just always, they just had such a small team at the time, and shooting for chairmans and running all of the scouting information. I mean, we were known for our scouting information. We were one of the few teams that did scouting information, and we'd post it up. I remember making all the graphs because I was part of doing the scouting programming, and we posted up on the walls, and we were known for that. And like teams would come to us and ask about that, and that was all them. And I was always just amazed at how much work they put in and how much paper they could go through.
Scouting kills trees.
So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Those.
Let's see. So I cover this one.
And one of the big things about robotics was that everybody was trailblazers, right?
Yeah.
Like they were all learning everything for themselves. There wasn't somebody being like, this is how you do it and this is what you do. Everyone was learning it for themselves and figuring it out for themselves. And it's one thing that I love about it is that coming back to robotics now, it's so much better. And the reason what I love about that is because it was evolving. You know, I saw it getting better, and I see it still getting better, and I see the new tools being used. And it means, you know, the tools that I use were obviously inferior and obsolete, but that's a good thing, improving, you know. And so it's just really cool to see.
So it's been 10 years since the start of like Skunkworks.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That means 8 years ago. I was saying 6. Oh, I was so wrong.
So 10 years from now, so like 20 years, what do you think the impact of Skunkworks is going to continue to be?
Well, obviously Skunkworks produces, you know, a huge amount of interest for STEM for just the students in FIRST. And they have a huge impact on FIRST because we helped, I mean, just in my time, we helped so many teams start up. And those teams now are old veterans that are helping other teams start up. And that just keeps going in a tree of more and more and more, getting more and more students into STEM, into computer science and mechanical engineering, and pushing people for that. But not just that, even if people, one of the things that I felt like aviation high school had as a flaw was that they always pushed everyone to go into STEM, even if that wasn't really what they wanted to do. And one of the nice things about robotics is I feel like the skills you learn in robotics are universal, even if you decide not to go into mechanical engineering or computer science, because you learn how to deal with people, and you learn how to deal with challenges, and you learn how to keep going, and there's so much more than what you're actually learning technical-wise. And that I think is really important. And I know that like chairmans and stuff is all about like greater world impact, but as somebody who's no longer on the team looking back, I don't really know what is more of a world impact than encouraging students not only in your own high school, but also in other high schools to go on and continue and grow and get a higher education, and try to make the world better.
Let's see, looking at time. Did you have any internship, job opportunities, or relationships in the industry that came directly from FIRST or Skunkworks?
That wasn't really like, that was barely a thing. We didn't like, Isaac, who's over there and hiding. Oh wait, I can't find, there he is. Isaac got an internship at Lund Engineering as a programmer there, working on the camera and stuff for laying composite?
Yeah, everything.
For laying carbon fiber on Boeing airplane wings. But he was one of the first people to really ever get an internship coming out of Skunkworks, because it wasn't like a thing that people did yet. So he was one of the first, and from that people kind of got the idea, hey, maybe this would be a cool thing to do. So it started growing, and it's become more and more of a thing, which I think is awesome.
So, as we've said, this might be like something to interest other people to join. What would you tell the next skunk why they should be here on this? Excuse me. What would you tell the next skunk like why they should be on this team?
It's a ton of fun. And I mean, like, I think that a lot of people don't join the team for a few reasons. One, they think that they need experience before that they can join the team and really make an impact, and that is not true at all. I think that, I mean, there's just nowhere you're going to get the kind of experience that you get on robotics before you go in. It's unique, and everyone's expected to start from scratch, and it's totally okay, and it's great. And the only way you're going to learn the things is if you join. And the other is just they think that they don't have enough time because they don't think they have enough time with all their schoolwork and stuff. And I actually found that I had more time on robotics because it wasn't just me trying to struggle through everything anymore. It was a group of people. You know, that time before robotics started, after school, we all worked in the study groups together. And I feel like that made a huge impact on my schooling. It was so much better and so much easier just because even if I had less time, I had more support. And so those are the reasons that people think they shouldn't join, or they think robotics isn't for them. But robotics is so much more about screwing bolts into metal. I mean, if you like that, that is what you can do. It can be a ton of fun. I like it. But there's just so many other options and so many more things, and it is so much, there's just, do it for the fun and the community and for meeting people and for enjoying your time and for learning, having fun, learning things and learning skills. And yeah, I don't know. I just wish that I could tell more people in robotics to enjoy it, because it is a ton of fun. And it's a shame when, I don't know, people don't take it, or people are taking it too seriously, or they don't take it seriously enough, because I think that that is one of the best things that it can give, honestly, is just enjoying working on a robot. And especially seeing the robot, you know, go out in the field, even if it's not moving.
Okay, let's see. Okay. Of all the years that you've been on the team, what is your favorite robot and why? Or maybe game even?
So, well, I really liked the Swerve Drive. So that was the game, the first game I was on, Lunacy. It wasn't a good game for like parents and things to watch. So there was always like a big problem where it just wasn't that enjoyable for people who didn't know what's going on to watch, and even for people who did. It was like, there are thousands of balls flying through the air. We can't keep track of anything. It was like the scouting was a nightmare. Like, how many balls do you estimate just went into that? And when 488 just like loaded up their hopper and just like dumped the entire thing through, it was like, I don't know, 30-ish. So it wasn't great for that, but the robot itself was so much fun. The Swerve Drive, it was hard, it had a lot of issues, it couldn't function on like not the smooth ground, but it was so great having that technical challenge and that programming challenge, because it was a huge programming challenge, and being able to see it like when it did perform beautifully and do all of those crazy things that it could do in the field. It was so great. I loved that robot because I just loved that drive.
So I think we're going down on time and Josh needs his computer. Do you think there's anything else that you would like to say? Or that...
I would really suggest that people try to keep in contact with the people they meet in robotics. Just the friends from your team or from other teams. I have friends from other teams still too, because they're the kind of friends that you keep for life. And it's actually really easy to lose track of people in college, and when you quit, it's not because and Facebook isn't enough sometimes, and it's not because you don't want to, it's just because things get busy, and making that effort is really important.
And I think that's like all we have time for. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you.
Yeah. Stop the run. Yeah, thank you.